Hello, my name is Julian. I'm the Student Engagement Officer at the Institute of Physics. Thank you for joining today. I'm going to introduce you to the IOP and warmly invite you to join our community, use our resources, tools, and come along to our amazing events, all of which will enable you to gain a knowledge of the physics landscape, build skills, experiences, and make professional connections that will count for your career. So firstly, I'd like to say well done for taking part in this fantastic event. Bravo. We are absolutely delighted to support the student community, yourselves, and student groups that affiliate with us each year to convene activities like this one. Things that challenge physicists, helping you develop new skills, experiences for your CVs. And by participating, it's worth saying you're already taking really proactive steps that will serve you well into the future. So this video is going to explain who we are, what our challenge is, and why we set it. I'll introduce the wider work of the IOP, signpost you hopefully to some useful resources to use now for this activity and also throughout your degrees, and hand you over to two wonderful colleagues of mine who are going to explain more about our work making physics inclusive, an inclusive space for all, and the fantastic Limitless campaign, which you can take part in. And I would encourage you all to think about it as we go. So it's important to say kind of at the top what we do for students. The core takeaway is joining our community, the largest network of physicists in the UK and Ireland, is going to help you broaden your knowledge of physics as a discipline and as a sector. And as a community, we will empower you to build a network and give you resources that will develop your career and employability. So I'm going to now share some slides. Bear with. So who are we? The Institute of Physics is the professional body and learned society for physics in the UK and Ireland. Our job is to raise awareness and public understanding of physics and support the development of a very diverse and inclusive physics community. We're a charity, we're a membership body, and as a membership institution, we are the sum of our parts, hopefully yourselves, jobbing physicists wherever they are, students, professionals, retired members, working and with a connection to physics, ensuring that it delivers on its fantastic potential to transform society for the better. So, like I said, our members are active everywhere in education, academia, the public sector, wherever physics is taking place. And so our job is to support you in your career aspirations and your professional development. We're a platform. See the IOP as a bridge connecting you to other physics, literally other physicists, and physics opportunities out there. Excuse the dodgy lighting. So membership of the Institute starts at associate member, that's students, and progresses throughout every stage of your career. Upon graduation, you would graduate to the member category and then finally reach the fellow status. We want to encourage everyone to reach that, making a distinguished contribution to your field. And what we do, it's our job to give you the support to get there through, like I said, the resources, the activities and events that develop your understanding of physics, your network, and your capacity to succeed in it. Basically, preparing you for the end of university by, like I said, those three key things: knowledge, community, and professional development. Goodness sake, sorry, turn the light off. Technology. So, what does that mean? Physics World, an incredible resource. Access to obviously our journals. We're supported to do the work we do by IOP Publishing, our sister organisation, the main publisher of physics research in the UK. But that's also the work of our members, our groups, of which there are 50 special interest groups across most of the niches of physics, where you can find and connect with other professionals working in your field, share research, attend events organised by physicists for physicists. They are instrumental in and organising the fantastic conferences, over 150 that we organise every year. Our branches and our nations also organise regular talks, events, science fairs, anything outreach with the public, anything that's going to get people interested and engaging with physics, something for everyone there. So, moving swiftly forward on our work with students, we've developed a really sustainable ecosystem of student members, student groups, and ourselves collaborating to organise a multitude of opportunities for you to get involved in, such as the event today we're supporting. We have a really active student membership, so I would really encourage you, when you join, to get involved, come along to some events, have a look at the website, and if you want to build some skills and experiences for your CVs, make friends with other physicists from different universities, there are loads of chances and ways to do that. It also means that because our members are involved in everything we do, it's relevant to you. Just to give you a quick idea of what that means, our campus ambassadors regularly organising activities around the UK and Ireland. We, due to COVID, have convened a wide range of series of webinars on different skills for the Physicists Toolkit. Most recent ones have been on machine learning, and we have some PhD series coming up, 2 series back to back, charting the entire journey. Every autumn we run a half-day employability conference for women in physics with our partner SEPNet, and we're holding in-person events throughout the year, as well as online. Things like the Planck's competition, which is a fantastic international physics competition for which we hold the national preliminaries each year, that's grown from 3 teams and 12 people 6 years ago to 260 students and 72 teams this year. But things like our annual conference for physics and astronomy students, lots of different trips, lots of different events, and we hope to see you at some of them. My colleagues will talk a bit more about the Limitless campaign and more broadly why you should be taking part in this fantastic challenge that we've set this week. So I'll just say that by participating in this activity, unfortunately it has the wrong word there, phrase, on the screen. By participating in this activity, each team and each group here is a real nucleus who can gather together and collaborate to organise your own student events in the future. And I would like to invite you all to consider how you can host a forum, a conference, a social event that the IOP will support you to achieve, either through funding, by connecting you to our network of student societies, or by sending speakers and merch on the day. A little bit more about the types of support for your future. I think it's important to say that engaging with the IOP's resources, with your peers, with those societies, and attending events is going to help you actually understand what physics is, how it is applied, and the types of jobs you can work to get in physics. That means you'll be able to make more informed decisions. Now, all these tools have been developed by our members, by ourselves, for a very important and specific reason, to enable you to make the most of your time wherever you are, whatever you're doing. So at university, that means building skills and experience for the future. There are lots of simple things you can do right now, like you're doing at this activity, at this event, to continue your professional development. And professional registration is a key part of that. I'll talk here briefly about that. This is a badge of learning and further skills beyond your degree, something to think about now and as you progress throughout your career. The key kind of commitment: we charter and we register scientists, technicians, physicists and engineers to effectively give you the skills beyond university to prove to your employers that you have what it takes to succeed in that particular field. And so some of the ways that you can access those skills through our member platform is on our Career Development Hub, a really interactive place for you to seek advice from employers, research careers, use our tools to build your physics profile, your CVs and cover letters and the like, and access plenty of PhD and career guides, including all of our online events that we record. I'm just going to briefly switch over to the internet to show you actually what this looks like in practice. Bear with me. It's all very well me telling you what this stuff is, probably better to show you. So here's our university student community pages. You could just Google IOP or type in iop.org and then navigate up the top to the physics community, where you will be able to find our student community. As I mentioned, those special interest groups, our member branches, our wonderful events. And here we have the type of things that I've been talking about. A guide to support your resilience and well-being, further links to our campus ambassadors and our affiliated societies, and a list of our annual activities. Worth pointing out that members of the IOP are automatically members of the EPS, European Physical Society Young Minds, and IAPS, the International Association of Physics Students. These are incredible international networks for you to discover physics, discover networking opportunities, generally opportunities overseas. They organise amazing events themselves. Moving swiftly forward, minimize that. Our events page, you can type in any number of things, and here you'll find any type of selection based on the filters that you prefer to hear about. Moving on, our support and grants. We offer a range of funding. Take note of this and use it at all stages of your physics degree and your career later on. There's something for everyone if you're considering a PhD and you're a woman in physics. There's our support for teachers. There's a physics benevolent fund for those during unemployment, ill health, or a career break. There's a carers fund, public engagement, all the rest. There is many for you to go out there and discover. Now, when we're talking about this event in particular, doing your research is essential. Physics World is the way to do that. Just Google Physics World. This is an incredible resource where you can access different topics and sector-specific information, interviews, reports on the entire physics landscape. An incredible resource for all people during their degrees and throughout their careers. So I'd encourage you to have a quick look at that. And Physics World Jobs, obviously the main jobs board for physics and engineering, something to park for later. So here's how you join. It's through our website, become a member. And as you can see, it's £15 a year for undergrads, apprentices and trainees. And we've been able to freeze that for the first 3 years after you graduate, hopefully smoothing that transition. This is what it looks like when you actually access the member services on your platform. You have links to the Career Development Hub, which looks a little like this. career videos, lots of guides, lots of information and resources, and loads of tools that you can scan through, including links to further learning, as well as advice, industry reports, and company directories. Something for everyone. And yes, the list is quite large. We're a large organization and there's a lot of things you can access right now. And a quick shout out, I just discovered today that members get 10% off Apple products. A nice little perk for you there. Okay, so quickly back to the presentation. I've realized I've already gone on too long. What is the challenge that we have set for you today? Let me bring up the wording. Okie dokie. Take this moment to go on to iop.org and click join. Okay, most creative project to promote and or improve diversity and inclusion within physics. An initiative, project or hack for the workplace, coding sector or any sector related to physics, i.e. business, education, academia, industry, in the spirit of inclusivity, open to any team engaging in this area. And what do we mean by diversity and inclusion? Well, diversity recognises the differences between us that make up each of our unique views of the world. And inclusion is the art of recognising, celebrating and exploring these differences to bring us together with a feeling of belonging. Together, they form a set of practices to achieve these aims and make physics more representative of society. Now, we're absolutely delighted that you've chosen to and are considering you're either considering or you've already chosen to take part in this challenge. It's absolutely essential. It is the most important obstacle facing our societies at the moment, how to make physics as relevant as possible to as many people as possible, and how can we make it a more inclusive space so that more people are taking part in this essential endeavour to change society and build new ways of understanding the universe. So you're on the right track, essentially. This challenge is hopefully over the next 36 hours, or whenever you take part in it, is going to engage different parts of your brain, your team, to come up with innovative solutions that will challenge your peers, challenge us, and we really can't wait to judge your submissions, whatever shape or form they take. This is a challenge for everyone to get involved in, so please encourage your peers and those elsewhere competing in this activity to get involved. The prizes include vouchers. We also have the fantastic opportunity to invite winning teams or the winning team to the IOP Accelerator Centre to have a development meeting with members of staff at the Institute, your professional body and learned society, to see if we can develop this activity into something more tangible as a project down the line. So good luck. And the main takeaway from my overlong presentation is get involved in community, supporting each other, build your knowledge of physics and associated sectors, and think about your professional and career development, because that's what making the most of your time at university is all about. Getting involved in physics inside and outside the lab as well, meeting different people, taking part, sharing your passion for physics. This will make you a better physicist and hopefully a more rounded individual who can communicate your love for this discipline and inspire other people to do it too. That's what this project is all about. That's what this challenge is. So I can't wait to see the wonderful things that you come up with. I'll finish now by saying I hope to see you at some of our events, and thank you for listening. Good luck, everyone. I'll hand over now to my colleagues who will be talking about the work that we do more broadly, promoting physics and raising participation in physics, and the fantastic Limitless campaign. Cheers, everyone.
Barrington, and I'm the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Manager at the Institute of Physics. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the background to diversity and inclusion at the IOP and how we've got to where we are today. So we've been looking at getting girls into physics for around the last 30 years, and about sort of 10 to 15 years ago, we've had concerted efforts to broaden that out to lots of different groups and looking at the underrepresented groups in physics. So in the last couple of years, from 2020, we put diversity and inclusion right at the centre of our strategy, which is our Unlocking the Future strategy. And we're putting all of our resources and everything behind it to really increase the number of people coming into physics from underrepresented groups, but also getting that retention piece right. So keeping them while they're there and making sure that they're having an inclusive environment to work within and thrive. There's many initiatives that we do to support that. One of them is our Exploring the Workplaces report, which is for our LGBT+ community. You might have noticed I'm wearing a lovely Pride lanyard. These are our visual indicators to show that we are allies and inclusive champions, but it's also really key reports like this that help us to understand the landscape of which we're working in. There's some really good recommendations in this report to understand the experience that LGBT+ physical scientists have and sort of where we want to get to. We also have our Project Juno, which is our Gender Equality Award, which is for universities and schools and departments to ensure that women are, well, we're recruiting and we're retaining our women. And it looks at all of the processes and all the frameworks and the establishing all of that sort of monitoring and evidence base around that to improve the culture. More recently, we've been looking into race and ethnicity more. We're doing some research projects at the moment, looking at around inclusive curriculums, and we're also rebranding and branching out with our Project Juno to create a new inclusion mark that will focus on all identity characteristics within that includes things around disability, neurodiversity, especially socioeconomic background, and many things like that. You can look at our website and look at diversity, iop.org/diversity. There's all of our reports on there, all of our initiatives. We've got some resources that you can download. There's some videos and things, and there's lots of people to reach out to. You can see our data on that online as well, and you can see where we're pushing the government for more change and data collection, all that exciting stuff. So if you've got any questions, you're always welcome to reach out to diversity@iop.org. And now I will hand over to Georgina, who's going to talk to you about one particular initiative that's come out of this.
Hi, thanks, Fiona. Yes, my name is Georgina Phillips, and I'm the campaign manager at the Institute of Physics. I work on the Limitless Campaign, which is one strand of work that has come out of the IOP's strategy to improve diversity in physics. Limitless is all about getting more young people from underrepresented and underserved groups to do physics post-16. And the campaign looks to challenge myths and stereotypes that are formed around what physics is like and who it is for. So doing physics is not just an academic pursuit, it's a subject that can inspire and empower young people to change the world. Physics is not just for a specific type of person, but it's for people of all identities and backgrounds. It's not a discipline of lone scientists, but depends on teamwork and diverse viewpoints. We also want to emphasise that being a physicist isn't the only career available to physics students. The knowledge and skills acquired by studying physics are useful in a wide series of jobs. And we know that physics opens the door to many stable career options, including well-paid jobs that do not require a degree. And these are the kind of messages that we want to be getting out there about physics. The Limitless campaign doesn't just look to challenge these myths with the young people themselves, but to also influence the influences of young people, reaching out to their families, teachers, communities, to the adults in their lives that they may seek advice from. We're also looking to influence politicians, policymakers, journalists, social media creators, and other people in the media to help shape that kind of messaging that young people are receiving from physics there. So you can sign up to hear more about the campaign at iop.org/limitless and also explore some of the work that we've done so far on those pages. We're excited to hear your ideas on how to meet this challenge. And I will be available to hear your ideas and provide guidance and support over the weekend of 19th and 20th of March.